You may be wondering why the flip is the thumbnail about, but you did click on the video, so the question really just answered itself. To my returning viewers that wondered why I left for a while, it's mainly that my last video hit almost 3,000 views and that the fame got to my head. I moved to LA, partied every night, drank, gambled, fell into cocaine, and before realizing it, I was back in Luxembourg as soon as my analytics showed that the video got less than 5 views in a day. And that's where we still stand right now. So I gotta get this ball rolling again. I have a gambling and drug addiction to fuel. So as you cannot notice because I'm a fucking drawing, I've been hitting the gym. And whilst other people sit there thinking about their unattainable goals, their exes, and sneakily looking at asses, I'm like, hey, this is a big lit video idea. The thumbnail's gonna be a but before you go to the gym, you actually have to get a membership. That's where the first divergence appears, and that is the one of membership duration. First, you have the fairly reasonable 1-month subscriber, which is just here to, try out the gym, and then the somewhat delusional yearly planners. The yearly planner already has an entire schedule laid ahead of him. He has 60 kilograms of the most expensive whey protein on the market in his Amazon basket, waiting nothing but a payment confirmation from his bank, 80 liters of electrolyte water bottles sitting in his garage, 6 different new sport outfits he saw on discount, a light beard, and some soon-to-be-signed divorce papers laying in his drawer, which he hopes he won't have to sign once his technically still wife sees how ambitious he is. Ironically enough, the first guy ends up going for the rest of his life, the second will give up after 2.5 weeks, and every month, when the credit card bill arrives, a small tear of shame will roll down his cheek, adding salt to the open wound that is the 900 quid child support he owes his ex. Now that you got your gym access, you have to know what you have to become, and the spectrum really goes from ballet dancer to 500-pound heavy lifting monster, so you really have a lot to choose from. So first up, we got a weight minimization gang. Those people are addicted to the body fat percentage measuring tub. Whilst not being furiously muscular, they are jacked out of your goddamn mind with no vein remaining unseen. Maintaining sub 3% body fat does come with its set of consequences though, including lower concentration, hair loss, and plummeting sex drive, and of course the need to tell everyone you know about it. The 3% thing, not the sex drive. Next up we have a bulkers. The bulkers probably got his ass dumped and now is fully ready to hide his emotions in some especially voluminous lats. The bulker eats 8,000 calories a day, although calling it eating is a stretch given that the bulker blends absolutely fucking everything he puts in his mouth with protein powder. The bulker comes in the gym 7 times a week, and you may be wondering how the muscles recover. The truth is, he only works out 6 times, and the 7th day he comes and gets his progress pic so he can do how much did it hurt enough montage with picture of his ex he'll share on his Instagram. Despite the fact that all the comments under that montage are doomed to be very much insulting towards the girl that left him, he still misses her every night, and the only thing weaker than his will to live are his ligaments, which are desperately trying to cope with the weekly 5 kilo bench press increases. Following the bulkers, we of course have cutters. After months of putting on lots of muscle but also fat as a consequence, the cutter is trying to achieve the promised land of looking like a Greek god, but for that his caloric intake must be as low as possible. That alone they will lose you muscle, so cutters have to work out like crazy to maintain muscle mass. This leads to extreme tiredness because you simply spend more energy than what you're intaking, which is fairly annoying when you hit the gym 5 times a week. So to go around the small problem, cutters are constantly on enough pre-workout to kill a whole family of respectably sized mammals, which has a slight side effect that your heart may or may not decide to suddenly stop at any moment during your workout, but that is a small price to pay to be ripped. So if you survive death by cardiac arrest whilst dry scooping 7 scoops of pre-workout during your cut, you ascend to the next phase of being ripped, which is actually becoming a bodybuilder. As you will come to realize once you hit 4% body fat, the voices in your head don't suddenly stop as you thought they would, so now it's time to bring out the big guns. No more pre-workout, you will now sniff pure caffeine. Your only drinks from now on will be raw eggs and occasionally chicken broth prepared with isostar instead of water. Creatine must flow through your veins, and the chemical composition of your blood must be the exact same as the content of the 5-hour energy bottles you consume every 4 hours and a half. Go to your bank, withdraw all the money you have, and buy all the not-so-legal off-the-counter Turkish steroids you can find. Your boss threatened to fire you from your job at Mackey's because you used the industrial giant fridges to store your 13,000 calories worth of food? That doesn't matter, because you have to quit your job to spend 6 hours at the day at the gym anyways. You are now 29, oiled up, shaved, on the stage with millions of fans admiring you all over the globe. You are at the peak of the world, yet reality starts catching up. You lose your hair, your wife leaves you because you have an advanced form of erectile dysfunction, your piss is red, you lose your muscles visibly from week to week as liver failure limits you to 1,800 calories a day. Fat starts eking back under your skin as your body cannot manage energy storage properly. You have testicular cancer. The following hormonal therapy gives you boobs. The people that once had your poster on their wall laugh at you in the street, and you die alone from a heart attack after going up the stairs too quickly at 41. Pathetic. On the other hand, we have the people with arguably the least infatuation with their body image ever, which are the powerlifters. The powerlifter is the roadman of the gym. When he comes in the room, everybody shuts the fuck up. As his 260 kilograms wall through the room and leave cracks in the concrete floor, he goes to pick up deadlifting belt, which confirms everyone's fears. It's not just a fat guy. The powerlifter dips his hand in chalk and creates a dust cloud thicker than what post-atomic Hiroshima ever saw. He approaches the barbell with the weights already prepared. Prophecy has foretold his arrival. Without a word, he grabs the barbell with 540 kilos of plates on it, and in the most brutal, demonic, powerful, diabolical scream the earth has ever heard, lifts it in the air for 6 seconds without warm-up, after which he leaves just as quickly as he has arrived, to be seen again next moon. I need to find a conclusion now, but I don't really have one. So my conclusion will be a joke about the fact that I can't find a conclusion.